This would be a great place to consider a trade as well. I like the fact that it's respecting the Fibonacci lines. Right here, you've got 3 confirmations. This is a hot zone for me. I do like this area here at 657. So that area of confluence is very strong. Remember, whatever the market wants to do, and there's nothing we can do about it. So this is Axon on the NASDAQ. Let's see if we can make some money on this stock here, AXON. And so the first thing I like to do, as you guys know, is have a look. Just have a look at the big picture. This is the 1-week chart, meaning each candle represents what's happened in 1 week. When you open it up, the green candle means that week it was bullish. The red candle means that week it was bearish, of course. So I do like looking at the big picture first, just to get a sense of what's going on. And what would be the first thing you guys notice about this?
Well, itself is it's a big spike. Right?
Yeah, it's very bullish. Yeah, it's extremely bullish. So what would I be looking to do? I would be looking to either sell at the top, right? Or looking for a buy if it comes down, or looking for a momentum trade, jumping in and riding it at the top, which is not necessarily my favorite, because unless you have your 3 confirmations, of course. So yeah, so there's always different ways of playing it. I like to use options rather than buying the actual stock, because look at this stock. I mean, right now it's $684.59, $684.59. It's a lot of money. If you bought one stock and it goes up $10, you make $10, right? But if you buy the option and it goes up $10, if you buy well with a good delta and so on, I mean, you could make $1,000, because each stock or each contract, when you buy an option, represents 100 of the underlying asset. So it'd be 100 shares of Axon you get to control. And so you don't have the obligation to buy that stock, because if it does go down, you'll just lose the money. But if it does go up and you bought a call option, you have the right to participate in that upward movement because you paid money for that option, if that makes sense. I hope I explained myself properly. So yeah, so now the first thing I want to do is to take a Fibonacci to this level. Now, what does this do, Gord? What kind of company is
this one? Okay, this is the one that makes 2 things. One, it's heavily into police body cameras.
Okay.
And also, the unique thing about that is all the information on these body cameras is owned by Axon, believe it or not. So it has to go in. It goes in their cloud. That's number one. That's their large thing. And secondly, they're making armored SWAT vehicles now too for different scenarios. So
okay, gotcha. Okay, so maybe that's why this stock has been so bullish. I mean, it's done really well. So yeah, good stock to keep an eye on. I've never heard of it until you mentioned it. So yeah, so now we've got let's see if there's an opportunity. I will take a Fibonacci from here to the top there, and this analysis I'm doing here, if I'm looking for a buy, is all based on the fact that I'm anchoring it right at the top here, right? These are not going to change, obviously, unless the stock crashes. Then this changes everything. But right now I'm not worried about these anchor points at the bottom. It's at the top that I need to worry about, because if it changes it, this analysis is null and void. So now that we have this, we can see clearly it respected this area, this 38% Fibonacci when it came down. It didn't make it all the way to this 38, this blue Fibonacci. It turned around, and that often that's what happens when you have such a bullish stock, even though it was so close to that 38, and this 38 is a major Fibonacci line. It just did not make it. It just said, no, screw it. I'm heading up. So extremely, extremely bullish. So now that we have these bigger Fibonaccis, I'm going to go to a smaller time frame and see what we can see and if we can make some money on it. So I'm going to thicken these Fibonaccis first, though. I'm going to change the colors and thicken them because I want to use use the more pronounced colors when I zoom in, and that will make sense in a second. So I'm going to change this and increase the thickness so I know these are older Fibonacci's. Okay, good. So now that I have that, I'm going to go to the 1-day chart and see if I see anything. Now, I don't like when I see the market coming here 3 times to that area. So I'm weary of a buy in this area right now. I would want to see it break that area and have upward momentum before I consider buying. But if it stays below this area, I'm concerned that because of the power of 3, and as I've mentioned to you guys before, right, this could conceivably turn around. So that's my concern there. So if it does come down, where can we get in? And as I mentioned, if it breaks that all-time high, this analysis is null and void because we have to move the Fibonacci's. So let's see where we can take another Fibonacci. What do you guys think right here?
Yeah.
I like that because a couple of reasons.
It's on a line now, right?
Sorry?
It's on an old line right now.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's on an old Fibonacci line and it came to that area twice. So that's a great anchor point. So I'm going to put my Fibonacci there and let's change the color and the thickness to that level. Okay, so now do we have any confluence on any of these? I see we have the 88 and this red Fibonacci right here. If it comes down that far, I don't know, that would have to be some pretty bad news for it to come down that far. So I'm going to rule that out for now. But this is not bad. If right now we've got this 38, right, on this older Fibonacci. And so that might be a good play if it comes down to that area. So I'm going to put an alarm to remind me if it comes to 549, if it comes, let's say 550. So I'm going to put your name to remind me it was you, Gord, that told me about it. I can send you your 5%.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so yeah, that's one area I like. And that could happen. I mean, it's made some big jumps. You just got to look to the past. Look at this dive in 1 day. So could it come down in a couple of days? Yeah, it could absolutely shoot down. And if it does, I'm going to be ready for it and consider a buy off of that area. And I'm not done with my analysis because I want to take a Fibonacci from here to here. If it goes higher, then I have to adjust my Fibonacci, right? But I want to see if there's a play here, if it comes down. So I'm going to go to a smaller time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. And on the 1 hour time frame, I have a couple of Fibonacci's. You guys see what I mean when I say sometimes, you know, you need to go to a lower time frame to be able to see amazing anchor points. And we have some nice anchor points right there, right there, right there, like amazing anchor points that we did not see when we were in the larger time frame. So you always want to take advantage of the smaller time frame. So I'm going to take that Fibonacci there and I'm going to change the color. So look at that.
Yeah, again.
Right. And so we've got 2 Fibonacci's, right? We have the red and then this yellow, and we have a memory line. So this would be a great place to consider a trade as well. I'm actually going to put another alarm right there. So 6:43, I'm going to say, if it comes to that area. No, because I forget sometimes, right? And this way I can call you and just say, Gord, hey, what do you think? Because you're obviously watching this, you know, and that's why, you know, I never get rid of my students because I, why should I? You guys are watching the stocks. Hey, I help you analyze it. We all make money together. So we have that. Let's take the other Fibonacci here and see what unfolds. So now we have this. I'm going to put that color in there, make it thinner. And how interesting is this? How it just hit the 11 and shot right back up. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that it's respecting the Fibonacci lines.
Like even the 60, even the 61 there,
Yeah, like that. That's it. It's respecting Fibonacci. So I love when I get a stock that is blatantly respecting the Fibonacci lines. That might be another one to consider if it comes down to that area right there. In fact, I think when we take a Fibonacci from here to there, we might get, let's see if we get lucky and get 3 areas of confluence. We also have this area here as well to consider because we have 2 Fibonacci's there. So let's see. Let's put another Fibonacci here. Since means it's respecting it. And let's see if we get lucky. And just as a reminder, right, this is only based on the fact that it doesn't breach this area here, these Fibonacci's, right? And the older Fibonacci's, if it breaches that area, you have to redo it. So now that we've added this Fibonacci here, we have this area right here, the 38 and the 23. So that's a possibility. If it comes down to 657, that would be a nice consideration. And the one though that I really like is right here. You've got 3 confirmations right here. I love that area. So this is a hot zone for me if it comes down to that area. And we're on the 1 hour. I'm going to go to the 5 minutes, see if I see anything else. But I'm really liking that area there. I'm going to put another alarm and see what happens if it comes down. Because if it comes down on Monday or next week, that would be great before it goes up, right? Because it could still be very bullish, but it might come down and then decide to do something like that. That would be great if it did that. Now, I'm not going to write it all the way up, right? We don't do that, of course, right? If it comes down there, I just need it to give me a couple of bucks even, and we could end up making money if you buy the right option. Obviously, I don't give investment or financial advice, especially when it comes to options or anything, right? You guys have to figure that out. We're just doing the technical analysis here. But I do like that area at around 634. So I'll just put another alarm just to remind me to look at it if it comes down. 634. And that's all we do, guys. We just keep analyzing and putting alarms and then just wait for it to come to us. We don't go chasing it. It has to come to us. It has to make sense. And if it does, we'll consider the trade. And I will go in even further. That's the 1 hour. Let's go to the 5 minutes. Let me see if I can get even more confirmations. Now, this might be an area right here that we can consider to take a trade. Can we get a third hit? Maybe here. That would be pretty cool. Because right now we have 2 hits at 658. And so let's see if because the market, once again, could shoot down here. And we can see it's done big moves like that before. So it could shoot down here on Monday and then boom. And we just need, with options, like I said, it just needs to go up a little bit to be able to make money on it. So we're going to try another Fibonacci from this area right here to the top. Let's see how this works out. Purple, let's try purple. Actually, it's hard to see that. Let's try, what color haven't I used? Let's try the green. Okay, so with the green, yep, there we go. We got 3 right there.
Oh, yes.
Right. So this area is looking good. We do have this 38 and this 23 that it could come to and not, and continue because it's extremely bullish. So it might not come down to that area, or, maybe Monday is the day it does something like this. We never know. But obviously we're going to have stop losses in place to protect us. But I do like this area here at 657 because I have 3 confirmations. This blue older Fibonacci, the 38% and 61%. So that area of confluence is very strong. We also, there's a bunch of areas with 2 confirmations. We also have this right here, 50% and this orange. So could the market come there? Yeah, the market could come there and then shoot up. The market is going to do, remember, whatever the market wants to do, and there's nothing we can do about it, except we do our technical analysis, we put the alarm on, and we don't even worry about it. Does anyone think I'm going to lose any sleep on this? No, because it might not happen and I don't care. But if it does, I will go and have a look and see if I can make some money on it. So did I? Okay, I already put that alarm. So yeah. So actually, no, I did not put the alarm. So I'm going to put an alarm for 6:58. Message. Yeah.